Hello everyone! Hello and welcome back to Phantasy Online 2. Uh, we'll be continuing with the story mode today. That's what we were doing yesterday. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So, yesterday we cleared the Liripa story, which was the desert and uh, factory, I think they call it, area. Um, Actually, no, I think they call it like underground tunnels, actually. Um, and then we got this nice new outfit, which is awesome. I've also finally adjusted the strap on the tote bag, so now it actually like hangs off our shoulder. We got some new Yet boots, which is nice. And I think that was basically it. Yesterday we quested with Furie. We met up with Mr. Abusive again. And I don't think we really learned anything new in the story. So let's hope we learn something today. Oh, we learned that mysterious assassin girl is after a dragon. Um, okay. Oh, and we also helped Zig start being interested in making weapons again. Because Zig is like a super weapon smith. Again, I have just woken up, so apologies for my tired English. It's time for some Ogata Megumi. Let's have a listen.
新たなマターボードが発生している。どちらにも揺らぐ天秤のようでもあり、揺るがぬしるべのようでもある。私たちは求めている。私たちは信じている。
Just so long pauses. So yeah, nothing she says makes sense at the moment, but it will. It will eventually. Okay, so now we have to do the floating continent exploration, which I've already loaded up. So, yay for saving time. Oh, and it threw me back out. So me loading it up actually didn't mean shit. So there's actually a raid going on right now. A raid that happily spoils a later plot development in the announcement. Like he's popping up, so you know, that's fun. But we're not gonna do that. Because we are far from that point. Oh shit, I forgot about partners. I will be fine on our own. We'll be fine on our own. So I really like this. This is the floating continents. This is a really good area. It's very cool looking. Although right now it's foggy, which is not the best weather. But I'm always fond of like floating continent style environments. I like Angel Island and Sonic the Hedgehog, especially the Sky Sanctuary. I like Sea of Clouds in Final Fantasy 14. I like the Floating Continent in Final Fantasy 3. It's just a cool concept, isn't it? Grand Blue Fantasy is set entirely in a world of floating continents, or rather floating islands. So we're basically back on the dragon plot now, after taking a bit of a break with the automata stuff. Oh, I love Skies of Arcadia. I've been begging for an HD remaster of Skies of Arcadia for like years now. And a sequel for that matter. Skies of Arcadia is like one of the best JRPGs of well, I guess it released this century, didn't it? So of the 2000s, I would say. I was going to say late 90s at first, but I realized like, no, wait, Skies of Arcadia was 2000, I think. Hello, Nadeshko. Oh yeah, hello, Agra. Our auxiliary has some issues. Skies of Arcadia was, of course, created by Kodama Rieko, the creator of Phantasy Star. As far as I'm concerned, is the closest we have, as a result, to a Phantasy Star 5. Since Kodama Rieko has not been involved with the Phantasy Star series since Yuji Naka took over. Yuji Naka is no longer Nakajuji, not Yuji Naka. No longer involved either because he left Sega in 2006. No, like, especially with the airship combat, like that was something really cool that you would think, you know, some other game would try and mimic because people liked it. Hell, considering how much Final Fantasy loves airships, how the hell have Final Fantasy still not had like actual airship combat? Yeah, the buttons in the floating continent are like you have to hit them because, of course, right? But yeah, I don't know why Sega are like the way they are. Why is my character locked in that? What the fuck? Did I get confused? Oh yeah, I got confused. When you get confused, your controls are reversed. Hello, Louise. Yeah, I don't know what. Like, I never understand what Sega is doing with all the various IPs they own because, like, you have all these great intellectual properties and franchises that people love, and like you just don't do shit with them. And then when you finally do, it's like something completely unrecognizable. So like all the older fans don't care for it, and the new fans, well, they have no interest in the old stuff. Yeah, like the Assassin's Creed games do a lot of ship combat now. Kingdom Hearts 3 has ship combat, really good ship combat actually. I was very fond of Kingdom Hearts 3's pirate world. But not airships. And I like it's really strange, because it's not like airships themselves have fallen out of fashion. Like, you know, as I mentioned, Grand Blue Fantasy is all the rage. Final Fantasy still does airships all the time. But you don't see airship combat. Oh shit, I didn't even realize Persona was here. I completely missed that somehow. Like, oh yeah, there's a challenge here for you to take part in. Yeah, now actually I like that partner character. Ah. That should be enough. Yeah, even Skies of Arcadia, like I think the last time that we were like Sega even referenced Skies of Arcadia was like the first or second Valkyria Chronicles. Like, because you had characters from Skies of Arcadia appearing in that as like, you know, different characters but based on their original versions. Because I think those games share like they share some stuff. Like, Ragne-rok is not involved with Valkyria Chronicles, but some other people are. I want to use those while I remember. Ooh. Oh, yeah, still waking up. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter is heavily influenced by Phantasy Online, the first Phantasy Online. Like gameplay-wise, like the way the combat controls in Monster Hunter when you play with a melee weapon is still very reminiscent of the original Phantasy Star. Whereas this has become a bit more fast-paced and fluid. Rogue Galaxy is good. Rogue Galaxy is good. It's definitely not like Skies of Arcadia. Definitely not like Skies of Arcadia, but it's good. I like Rogue Galaxy. Probably one of the more underrated PS2 RPGs, if you ask me. That game was fun. It it's all right. Hmm. But Rogue Galaxy is more like Star Ocean, if anything. Although honestly, like space opera RPGs have also kind of fallen out of favor. I realize I'm saying that as I'm playing one, but like this game came out in 2012. Like Rogue Galaxy didn't really hit big. It is available on you can actually download it on PS4, which is cool. But like Star Ocean, I mean that franchise, it has basically committed an act of self-sabotage by only releasing bad entries lately. Like Star Ocean 4 was absolutely god awful in every way. still don't know why they gave that a fucking 4K remaster. It did not deserve it. I mean, on one hand, I'm for game archiving, so like it's good that they made it available on more systems. But there were so many games that Square Enix could have given that to before fucking Star Ocean 4. A game that practically no one likes. Like, yes, it has its fans, every game does, but like, if we look at it as, like, not objectively, that's the wrong word, but like, just like general perception-wise, no one fucking likes Star Ocean 4. And then it was Star Ocean 5, which really tried to not be Star Ocean 4, but instead just ended up like a game with no identity. Which is arguably worse than being a bad game. I say, knowing full well that I accused Phantasy Star Online 2 of this exact thing. Yeah, the Phantasy Star series has become, you know, basically this online oddity. Like, I guess it's still a space opera, but it's like, it doesn't feel like one anymore. Especially not Idola, like, Idola is basically just, like any other fantasy gacha RPG. It's like, yep, this might as well be Grand Blue or Fate Grand Order or whatever. Again, games that I like, Grand Blue at least. I'm very mixed on Grand Order, but not exactly Phantasy Star, is it? Now we come to Phantasy Star 4. And what else has there been, like, in terms of space opera RPGs in, like, the last 10 years? I can't think of anything. There was that that game by not Grasshopper. It was by it was by one of those developers that Japanese developers people really like. But it's one of the games they forget they made. Platinum Games. Platinum Games made Infinite Space. No one remembers Infinite Space. Yeah, Mass Effect. Like, that was another, like, I remember being really hyped because, like, I thought the popularity of Mass Effect would lead to more space operas, you know? That made sense in my head. People like Mass Effect, people like Knights of the Old Republic. Surely there will now be an abundance of space RPGs. Nope. And yeah, what the fuck happened with Mass Effect? I mean, honestly, like the identity issues started with 2 even, and I love 2. Like, I need to make this clear. I love 2. I think 2 is the best one. But already by Mass Effect 2, they weren't sure like what they really wanted to do in terms of like, is this a shooter or is this like a hardcore classic computer RPG? Like, we're not sure. There's a rumor that EA is going to announce a remastered Mass Effect trilogy, and I'm just like, do you really want to highlight what an absolute disappointment that trilogy was? Like I've said this many times, but like my ideal Mass Effect story has unfortunately become that my entire party died in the suicide mission in Mass Effect 2. That's an actual ending you can get. It's the worst ending. It's really hard to get that ending because the game doesn't want you to fail. And I will fully admit I did not actually get that ending initially. Um, but as far as I'm concerned, that ending is canon for my characters. So I don't have to deal with everything that was just so bad with Mass Effect 3. Like, people bring up the ending, but it wasn't just the ending. Like, no. The ending, which, like, had massive problems. Um, the ending was just like the accumulation of all the other issues. And even when they, quote unquote, fixed the ending by expanding it to actually have some more context rather than just be three very vague, simple, like, ABC choice endings, um, uh, it didn't change, everything else wrong about the game, so it's like, hey, look, Mass Effect 3 director's cut. It's like, cool. Still hate most things about it. At least the ending isn't as disappointing this time. I think that's the problem, if anything. The problem with Mass Effect 3 and the fan outrage that came out of it, the retake Mass Effect movement, which I fully stand by, stood by, still stand by, and defend. People have started bringing that up as like the start of really bad fan entitlement, and I was like, no, definitely not. Uh, like, was there fan entitlement? Sure, but the disappointments they had were like actually genuine, and for the most part, there wasn't actually that bad behavior on the fans. It wasn't like we sometimes see now, where like the actual majority of the quote-unquote upset fans end up being like actual harassers. It was a very different situation. A much more like understandable and realistic situation. And hell, I mean, the biggest thing that came out of that fan outrage from the fans was they sent cupcakes to BioWare. Like, that was the big, memorable moment. So, like, if all current fan outrage involves sending cupcakes to developers, I think you would have a far less toxic environment. But regardless, I think the problem with the retake Mass Effect 3 movement was that it focused too much on the ending. Because, like, it basically told EA that, like, if you fix the ending, we're happy. And I guess for some people, they were. The new ending made them happy. But for me, it was just like, okay, cool. You made a slightly better ending to a massive fucking letdown. like, I would compare it to the Star Wars sequel trilogy, where I like the first two entries, like the first two entries a lot, and I absolutely hate the last one. But like if they released a renegade cut of the Rise of Skywalker, where at the end she doesn't kiss Kylo Ren, and she doesn't say Rey Skywalker, she doesn't bury the lightsabers. By the way, spoilers for the Rise of Skywalker. She doesn't bury the lightsabers on Tatooine, and Palpatine isn't defeated by magic lightsaber holding, and Finn actually gets to do something in the final fight. Like, okay, cool, so you made a slightly better final act. That doesn't make the rest of the movie any good. Like, it is an improvement, but it's an improvement that only serves to actually further highlight the other problems. I'm stuck up here. How do I get down? How do I get down? Help! Help! Oh, here. It's an improvement that only serves to highlight the other issues that were already there. Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that's a given. I mean, BioWare is not without blame. Um, and I hate putting blame on BioWare for stuff because I like BioWare as a developer, as a storyteller. I like BioWare, but they have really bad managerial and structural issues. On top of the fact that yes, they're an EA company, and EA loves to meddle with games. There's a lot of documented examples of this, not just for BioWare, but with BioWare as well. Um oh my god. Okay, so I hate Darth Maul. Um, I really hate Darth Maul. Uh, Not in the Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace, I think he serves a great purpose. He's just a scary um, bad guy who you're just supposed to find scary, and he does the job. But I really hate Darth Maul in the cartoons. I feel everything they did with that character was an absolute disaster. And I was so disappointed when like I finally got around to watching the Clone Wars. And I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see Darth Maul, or just Maul, because he's not a Sith Lord anymore. Like it's gonna be awesome, and just like he actively ruined every episode he was in for me, which really means that when I then started watching Rebels, when Rebels was new, and they suddenly go, "Here's Darth Maul." I had the same reaction. And when I was in the theater watching Solo, and I'm like, okay, this movie wasn't very good, but it wasn't really bad either. It was an okay, mediocre movie. And then Darth Maul shows up, and I'm just like, God fucking damn it. Not Darth Maul. And I mean, I agree. If he appeared in Rise of Skywalker, that would have been fucking hilarious. He became so shatty. Like, he has one line in the Phantom Menace. Um, I forget who the voice actor for him is, because it's not the same. It's not Ray Park who plays Small on screen. It's someone else who does the voice, and it's not the Clone Wars and Rebels Small. It's another person. But yeah, like Darth Maul became so shatty, and I wouldn't even mind that if the thing is he's whining. All he does is whine and complain. Like people complain that Anakin Skywalker was too whiny for Darth Vader. At least Darth Vader was supposed to have like emotional turmoil in him. Maul is presented as just this pure evil, has one sentence in the Phantom Menace, which is just, finally, we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. And then, like, there's in Clone Wars, like, oh, I'm in pain. Oh, I hate Obi-Wan so much. I must take my revenge. Oh, brother, let's go fight Palpatine. We need to go see Mommy first. And it's like, what? What? And like, I would, what? I actually will admit, I live tweeted all of the Clone Wars and most of Rebels, and I will admit, I did initially like when Maul first shows up and he's for some reason half spider. What? Anyway, when Maul first shows up and he's half spider, my initial thoughts were, oh, they're going to be dealing with his PTSD, because he's clearly like suffering a lot of mental scarring from being cut in half and thrown down a hole, and that was interesting. But then like 2 minutes later, they take him to Madame is it Madame Tulsa? No, it is Smith. No, it's something else. It's Madame whatever. His mom, and she's just like, space magic, your mind is healed, and it's like, oh. And then it's just a revenge story. Then he becomes a crime lord for some reason? And the dictator of Mandalore, it was, anyway, to get back to what I was saying, Mass Effect, the Mass Effect trilogy reminds me of the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, where even if you fix parts of the last entry, it doesn't change that the last entry is just flawed from conception. And EA is known for doing massive meddling with studios' games. With BioWare, we know they meddle a lot with Mass Effect Andromeda. They meddle a lot with Anthem. Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 is probably the one they did the worst with, that we know of at least. But yeah, we're fighting a quartz dragon, by the way. It's really cool. But even like before that, like EA has had a history of this since the 90s. My favorite example I have to bring up is that after Ultima 7, which was developed by Origin Systems, was a huge success. It was a Ultima game that released in essentially 4 parts. It was Ultima 7, The Black Gate, which was the original game and storyline. And then there was oh shit, what was the first expansion called? Okay, well the expansion isn't important. It was something about a sword. And then they released Ultima 7 Part 2, the Serpent Isles. And Serpent Isles was also really popular, but you could tell that like it wasn't like as polished as the Black Gate was in terms of like, you know, getting all the bugs out and stuff like that. But it was still a really good game. People loved it. And they released the expansion pack for that, which I also don't remember what it was called. Because for me, they were just Ultima 7 Gold and Ultima 7 Part 2 Gold. T. Anyway, so naturally, Ultima 7 Part 2 ends on a cliffhanger, setting up Ultima 8. Ultima 7, 8, and 9 was intended to be a trilogy, so this makes perfect sense. So, naturally, EA forces them to develop all of Ultima 8 from scratch, new engine, everything. Everything they're like, here's our pitch for Ultima 8, what we're planning to do. EA is like, cool. You have less than a year. And then this needs to be on store shelves. Suffice to say, it didn't go well. And it is like one of the most like... It's one of the few times you can actually say that a game is unfinished, like actually unfinished by the developers, because most of the content in the game that was planned to be put into the game, they couldn't put into the game. So you spend the entire game essentially inside one city, and while that was still sort of the plan for the game, you were supposed to leave the city to find out how people outside the city lived as well, because you're in this new world called Pagan, and you know, it's a pretty big deal that you've been, you know, sent to this new world, and you have to find a way back. But you never got to actually leave the city. You didn't get to go past the gate that goes outside. The gate is there, in-game. You can approach the gate. The gate's locked. You can never unlock it. And what they were going to do when they realized that, like, okay, we literally cannot finish this. Like, we're not going to be able to put in all this content that we have, you know, planned, started working on, but cannot put in there. What are we going to do? And they figured, okay, well, we'll have to make an expansion pack that adds it. You know, it's not ideal, but it's a solution. So you think, you know, okay, well, so you got the full game through the expansion pack at least then, right? after EA had, like, forced this game out in under a year. Oh, also, the voice acting was sold separately, because that also wasn't finished in time. Thanks, EA. Um, so, let me just check something. Yeah. Okay. So they finished the expansion pack. They finish it. It's called Ultima 8: The Lost Veil, and it's going to give you all the content behind that gate you haven't been able to access. Awesome! Finally, we get what we wanted. We get to access all of that cool stuff. So it's finished. It's gone gold. It's ready to be printed and shipped to stores. The actual carton boxes made for the game has been made, printed, folded, and then EA cancels the release. It was finished. Entirely finished. And they just killed it. Because Ultima 8 didn't sell well enough. We assume, they never actually said, but we screwed this game over. So it didn't sell that well. It didn't do as well as the previous one. We have this finished content that's already ready to go on sale. It's been fully funded and developed. But this didn't sell well, so... That's EA for you. Anyway, we're back to story mode now. But yeah, EA. Fuck EA. EA is doing really good stuff right now. They're donating a ton of money to Black Lives Matters organizations. So that's awesome, but fuck EA. Oh, Dr. Aki, what are you up to now? Oh, I can be your test subject. Unless the research is about what it's like inside the bowels of something, then it's definitely worth getting eaten for. Dr. Aki is really hot, by the way. I just need to get that out there. I mean, that's what illnesses can do? I think I put the music up a little too high, didn't I? It's drowning out the voices. Okay, see ya, Louis. I'll say this. We talked about how I'm gonna alter the audio a bit. We talked about how space opera RPGs aren't popular. At least Bethesda's working on one. I mean, that could arguably be a bad thing considering Bethesda. But they're working on Starfield, and it would be cool if that's good. We don't know anything about it yet. I'm hoping they intend to show it during Summer Game Fest this year. They announced it 2 years ago, so... Okay, sure, I just need to know who you're talking about. Okay, it's Aki. Oops, I just tipped over a stack of CDs. Good job, me. Yeah, I'm great. I just, point me at what to hit and I will hit it. I'm not sure how that helps here.
それはまた随分と大きな話だ。とはいえ、あながち間違いでもない。
My title on my arc ID is Eo's beloved senior, and that's not changing.
証明が必要というならば、まずは目前の弱りきった竜族を救うとしよう。なあ、救世主君。
ダークファルスの撃退に成功しました。アークス各員の協力に感謝します。
お、相棒じゃんか。お前も探索か何かか。へへ、俺もそんなところだよ。やっといろんなところに行けるようになってきたからな。ここから俺の本当の始まり。手伝い？いいよいいよ、そういうの。正直当てのない探し物だしな。見つかったら儲けもん程度。もちろん諦めてるわけじゃねえよ。見つける気は満々。俺の手で見つけ出したいってだけ。だってなんつうか、その方が感動的だと思わねえ？なんてな。ま、気遣ってくれてありが
So
とう。
this was a cutscene that really served no purpose. Just often saying, I'm looking for a thing, and I won't tell you what it is. Bye. Okay. Mm.
すみません、ちょっとぼーっとしてました。いえ、怪我とかじゃないんです。ちょっと考え事をしていただけで。知り合いにアークスの仕事をサボっていたり、手を抜いているのがバレてしまいまして、怒られるかなって思ったんですよ。でも彼女はなんだか妙に優しくて、無理しないでって。ああ、許してくれたと思ったけど、なんかすごくその言葉がぐさりときてですね。彼女はなりたくてもなれない。だから僕が代わりに頑張らないといけないのに。
It's odd that he specifies kanojo in these sentences. While kanojo means girl, when used as a third person noun specifically for a specific person like this that you know, it tends to mean girlfriend. But since they haven't localized it as girlfriend, I'm guessing that's not the intended reading, although it would have made sense.
なんだか悔しいですね。僕の怠惰を彼女が彼女のせいだと感じているのがとても歯がゆい。そんなことないのに。悪いのは僕なのに。
It's the same thing with kata, by the way. Means boy, but means boyfriend when used towards like a specific individual.
ああ、お前か。お前でもいいか。いや、まだ早いな。おい、ゼノはどこだ？一緒じゃないのか？あいつとなら楽しい戦いができる。こういう時にしゃしゃり出てこなくてどうする？つまらねえやつだ。肝心な時に役に立たねえとは変わらねえな。
That lip syncing though.
あまりにも変わらなさすぎておかしくて腹がよじれそうだ。お前はどうなるんだろうな。ゼノみたいになるのか、俺みたいになっちまうのか、楽しみだぜ。行くぞ、シーナ。
私に聞かれても無駄ですよ。ゲッテムハルト様とゼノ様の間に何があったのか興味ありませんから。
Ah, but since you bring it up, it means you are interested.
それでは失礼します。 お構いなく。戦闘軌道の参考になればと観察していただけですから。しかし、なるほど。感覚の鋭敏さだけでなく、その他の能力も非常に高くまとまっている。同じアークスとしては心強い。ですが、申し上げていませんでしたね。私も一応アークスです。
Her weapons, by the way, you can actually get those weapons in the game. Technically, like, I think they're still attached to your hands rather than your wrists, like they are for her. But I believe you get them, or maybe it's a weapon camera for them. I believe you get them from one of the NPCs. That's just the regular NPCs.
基本的には私とあなたは仲間という枠に入ります。ですから警戒は無用ですよ。観察はもう十分です。では。
Time for Hadrid. Well, that happened. Oh no, Persona again. It's actually a good image to hold on to point out the thing I mentioned yesterday. I really like his sci-fi tie. It's like it's a tie, but instead of being an actual tie, it's like this metal tie with a bunch of like hexagons on it for no good reason. Like that's just beautiful. And the fact that it's hot pink, by the way, like that's good. That's cool. God, the way they gutted this story and just have like these odd like 2-second cutscenes in a menu now is so odd. At least it made sense when they happened in the environment.
こんなおっかないところに長居したくないんだけど。
そのおっかないところをこれから隅々まで探索しようって話なんだが、お前帰るか?
What's so scary about this place of all places?
帰らないわよ。君とゼノ2人だけにするなんて危ないもん。
はいはい、そうですねと。まあ、お前さんとせっかく合流できたんだし、仲良く一緒に行くとしようぜ。で、どう探していくかって話だが。
Oh, it's Lord Roga! Right, right. No, 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 no. We're buds. It's cool. It's cool.
落ち着けってエコ。どうもそんな様子じゃないぞ。
Hey, fine. I literally just punched you until you were better. Got it. If I proceed west from here, yes. Yeah, okay. Just one thing, Lord Roga. How do I go west from a menu?
うわすげえ迫力。竜族ってああやって喋るんだな。喋るっつうかテレポ
If it's telepathy, why did you hear it?
しかしなんだっけか。西に進んだ先で誰かが待ってるだったか。
Like, do they just project out their thoughts as sound, maybe?
さすがに罠って感じでもなかったが、どうするよ。進む道は任せるぜ。でだ。お前はいつまで俺にひっついてるつもりだよ。
別にひっついたりしてないわよ。ゼノが暴れそうだから抑えてただけ。
It's okay, you can cling to my character instead, Echo. I won't complain about it.
俺は一体どういうキャラになってるんだ。 お、竜族がいるぜ。
What is this red effect meant to be, actually? It looks really odd.
お前さんを待ってたって感じだな。
Yes, I can see that.
さっきの竜族が言ってたこいつを待ってるのってあんたのことか。
This is a typical video game style thing. So it's when you have a silent protagonist, which means you can't have a detailed dialogue because the protagonist can't speak. So you just stand an NPC next to them that will say all the obvious things, and that way you can have a dialogue. It's also why Disney princesses, a lot of Disney princesses and Disney main characters will have animal sidekicks, so that they can constantly air their obvious thoughts into words to someone who most of the time can't even talk back. It's purely for the sake of the viewer or player in this case, and it's completely unnatural, and no one in the real world would actually do that, but it works in narrative, in writing, because we're so used to knowing what characters are thinking and to have everything spelled out for us. So if he Roga was Lord Roga, is Hien Lord N? I would assume yes. Also, Hien is also a character in Lord Hien. Actually, is a character in Final Fantasy XIV. Kingdoms what? Okay, sorry. I just saw a bit of news and what? What? Okay, so completely different RPG news. Apparently THQ Nordic is re-releasing Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning as Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. What? I mean, okay, I guess we can do that. Fair enough. That's odd. That game has an odd story to it.
見事なものだ。そなたとあの研究者はことも対話をしてみせた。いいな。それだけではない。さらなる先を切り開いた。
Okay, so Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is an odd game. It was, yeah. Oh, it's a fair height! Okay, that kind of makes sense then. That's why she's scared. So Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, that's an odd one. It was originally published by EA, but it was basically meant to be this massive new franchise. And it ended up not being one, not because of the game not doing well, but because, like, a bunch of funding had, like, been embezzled or something from, like, a mayor's office. Like, there was this whole political scandal involved in the funding of that game, and it basically just killed it completely. And then for some reason THQ Nordic picked up the license, because they pick up every license they can. And I guess now they're re-releasing it. God, that is odd. That is very odd. Also, Re-Reckoning, really? I know THQ Nordic loves their little, like, plays on names, but... Oh. Let me be clear, I still have yet to accept you. I am not here to make friends with you. But repaying debts is a point of pride for us. That's all there is to it. Don't get any funny ideas. I figured I would read it out loud because of the terrible small subtitles. Yeah, I've heard that line before. What was that? No, nothing. Nothing at all. See, it could have just have English voice acting on, but now you get both. You're expected just beyond here, but there are more fall spawn. Try to watch yourself. Why is this like a cinematic cutscene rather than the text box cutscene? Hey, it's the masked bastard from the tundra. Of all the times for them to show their ugly face. Well, they're not showing their face, are they? You, who are you? How dare you enter Draconian territory without permission? I will kill you. Well, I guess we're not just walking away from this. Talk about intimidating. I'm not even trying now, by the way. I'm just, like, reading it out. You and those ones. You all can proceed onward. I will teach this rude lout some manners. Oh, fuck yeah. Beat the shit out of him. Get him away and I'll kill you. Hey, whatever. Ha, that's a good one. Maybe a proper beating will teach you to respect us. Begone, you bother me. Why was that a cinematic cutscene? Why wasn't that text boxes? That was so strange. Boss fight time. I thought they said we were expected, but I don't see anybody here. Welcome, Child of Arcs. I hear a voice in my head. You? A Draconian? I am Kamiz of Ro. I have my reasons for not showing myself, and I apologize for my rudeness in communicating like this. Kamiz of Ro? Was it you who called our friend here? Indeed it was. While the Draconians once upheld their isolationism, the winds of change have begun to blow. The cause undoubtedly lies within you. Thank you. I do get the impression that something about Draconian's demeanor has changed. But you didn't call us out just to thank us, did you, Kamiza-ro? You are correct. I have something to give you. But first, I would ascertain something. Mandatory boss fight time. If you have power enough to handle it. If you have power enough to handle it. Quartz Dragon again. Couldn't think of a new boss. Is that a Draconian? It's huge! You wanna see what we got? Your reward better be worth the trouble. How dare you! You should be honored to be graced by Master Kami's voice at all. Let it be, Rela of Ko. Let your battle demonstrate your loyalty to me. So be it. Alright, let's fight Rela of Ko. Which is also Corella, apparently. Oh, so he Roga was actually like Lord Roga of He. Okay. Ouch. Time bomb. Whee! Oh, so now we're back to regular text boxes. I'm glad all problems in this world is solved by just beating the shit out of something. Thanks, Rella. That is cute. That voice has like a real Gapmo feel to it.
なんとかなったか。本気の竜族ってのはつくづくデタラメなもんだな。
そのワイクで竜族と渡り合うあなたたちの存在こそが脅威であると私は思う。
そりゃそうだ。竜族が好戦的なのはある意味警戒心の裏返しなのかもな。
さて本題に入ろう。先日よりあなたがここを訪れていた理由はこれである。
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
いつかしらそれはそこにあった。
Oops.
だが最近になりそれは目覚めた。何が原因かは私たちにはわからない。ただ何かを求めているようだった。そこに現れたのがあなただ。名役には名役、恩義には恩義。故に私はあなたへこれを託
Wow, I think you got the screenshot before the other characters had appeared there.
この竜より声が届いた。許諾なき侵入者は撤退したようだ。あなたも帰還するといい。さようなら。いずれ会えることを願っている。
Now I'm friends with 2 dragon tribes. I befriended both by kicking the shit out of them. As you do.
無事ならよかった。なんでだろう。時々すごく不安になって頭も痛くなってきて。
Aww. I don't want to go on missions. I want to stay here and take care of my toy.
ごめん。大丈夫。大丈夫だよ。このぐらいの痛み我慢。
Mono, young lady, you're going to take a painkiller and then you're going to go lie down.
それに安心したから。あなたが無事だし。
Well, in that case, I can come with you. We can, I don't know, watch anime or something. Is that a thing people do in this universe?
私の嫌な予感は大した当てにならないってことだね。それはそれで悔しいけど。うん、わかってる。きちんと休む。
Good, good.
ちゃんと休む。心配かけてばっかりは嫌だからね。
Good. Is that the Autobot Matrix? Oh yeah, I guess it did look a bit like that. This game does have Transformer-esque characters, so...
まさしくこれで元の状態に修繕できる。ありがとうよ。あとはわしの仕事だ。一体どれほどの輝きを見せてくれるのか。手をつける前から楽しみじゃ。それに新たな武器のイメージもふつふつと湧いてきよるのだ。
Cool, can you make the weapon into rollerblades?
これほどのインスピレーション、未だかつてあっただろうか。いや、ない。あれも作りたい、これもやりたい、修繕にも取り掛かりたい。あいくさ、こうしちゃおれん。わしは128万貫テミスの工房に戻らせてもらう。破損武器の修繕が終わり次第、お主にはすぐに連絡をする。それまでしばし時間をくれ。
Okay, bye. Oh, he's happy. And now I'm about to be happy. Because there's more Ogata Megami.
新たなマターボードが生まれた。天秤は揺らぎを止め、答えを見出す。いかなる困難があろうとも、あなたが見出したそのものはやがて必ず形となる。得るべき形となるだろう。ゆえにあなたは惑わず揺るがずひたむきに進んでほしい。私は信じる。それこそがすべてのものへの答えへ通じる道であると。
Oh, her voice is so soothing. I love it. So, it's not really made clear because of how terrible the storytelling is done now. But I believe all those scenes with Shion are essentially meant to be taking place in your head. Like they're visions. They're not like something you don't really run into. Her. I forget the exact context of when they appeared because it's been forever. But yeah.
なんだか機嫌良さそうって？わかる？わかっちゃうかな？なんと私、アークス職員に特別枠で合格もらっちゃい
Yay! Congratulations! I told you they had no standards.
才能ない人の採用って特例も特例らしいんだけどね。なんでもすっごく偉い人がたまたま私の頑張りを見てて許可を出してくれたとかなんとか。これ私にとってもびっくりでさ、今こうして話しててようやく事実を受け入れてきた感じ。私やったんだ。よかったよかったよ。これでようやく胸張ってあいつと話ができそうだ。長かったな。あなたにも感謝してる。今までずっと話を聞いてくれてありがとう。すごい助かった。これからは同じアークスとして仲良くしてね。それじゃ。
こんにちは。僕元気そうに見えます？そうですか？そうなのかな。まあ理由は自分でも分かってます。知り合いが久々に笑っていたので、それにつられてですね。ずいぶん迂回しちゃったけど、やっと追いついたとは彼女の弁です。いろいろからかわれたりもしました。でもその時の彼女はなんだか無理していない昔のような感じがして、ほっとして。ああ、いや違う。そうか、無理をしてたのは僕か。彼女になろうとしてずっと。だから彼女も無理をするなって。ああ、なんだ、そういうことか。ああ、すみません。なんだか一人で納得してしまって。つまりですね、僕がバカだったってことなんです。でもこれからは大丈夫だと思います。僕がバカでも彼女がいれば多分諌めてくれますから。
おや、君か。今日も探索かい？精が出るね。
Have you noticed that like they never have the cutscenes show us in like good light? Like good lighting light, not like moral light. Like here they have the light from the side, so it hits sort of part of my hair, but my face is completely darkened, and the shadow is off to the side. It's very odd. They keep doing that with the cutscenes. Yay!
以前は世話になった。改めて感謝。
No problem, Rella.
おや、知り合いかい？なら紹介の必要はないね。いや何、このことはこの前から懇意にさせてもらっていてね。竜族の文化を学ばせてもらっている。
私もまだ未熟な身。さまざまな見聞も伝え聞き、我が身の糧としたいのだ。
彼女とは利害一致の話し相手さ。彼女の話すことすべてが新鮮で素晴らしく有意義なんだ。ライタ君？ああ、
私の姿におののき逃げた。少し残念であった。
まったく男の風上にも置けないよ。女性の姿を見て逃げるなんて無礼にも程がある。
だが秋田の話は有意義だ。興味深く楽しい。
それは光栄なことだ。そうだな。では次は男性観と女性観の話をしようか。
興味のある聞かせて。
そういうことで 私たちは今しばらく会話に勤しむことにするよ。それじゃあね。
I think they would have been better if they took all the storylines that like related to each other and sort of put them into like a cutscene chain, so you actually can watch them in one go. Oh, hello, Levy. The cat is beneath my chair. Oh no! They're attacking Zig. 'So they're actually letting us do this non-boss story mission. That's pretty cool. You get to see a city area. It's a city on a ship, but it's a city area. I believe this is like the only sort of like contemporary urban setting, sort of, until episode 4. Absolutely. Oops. Let's go kick some butt. Oh, I have to feed my mag now. One sec. Oh, oops. I thought that was... There we go. Okay, let's go. So yeah, this is the city area. Obviously, it's a simulated sky. It's pretty cool. I like the city area. In episode 4, you actually get to explore the city. How do I put it? I don't want to spoil exactly what it is. It's not exactly normal Earth, but it's sort of you get to explore a city on Earth. Um, so in a sense, you get to explore a city on Earth. Let's put it that way. And we'll leave like what that means for the setting and universe for when we get to episode 4, which isn't even available right now. I do hope they don't split episode 4 into the story menu and actually do that properly, though. Oh, I should have picked up the false spawn eradication mission that was in my dailies. I don't know if I did. I think I went for the draconian one instead. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, so this is actually like an actual single player story dungeon. Although you used to be able to do it like back when in the old days of the story mode, you actually got to do it with other players. So at least the ship, at least the city area could be invaded and you could go there with other players. Whether it was this exact event or not, I don't remember.
凄まじいダーカーの数ですね。およそ見たことがないほどの数が集まっているようです。どこからこれほどの数が集まってくるのか、正直わかりません。それに対し、アークスの人的被害は今回も甚大。復元も大変でしょう。私は時々わからなくなります。ダーカーを追い詰めているのか、追い詰められているのか、どちらにせよ根を断たねば負けてしまう、そう思います。
Look, it's a bus stop. That's it. They were really quick to like completely fuck up the streets, weren't they? Ah. I'm surprised that so far we haven't had any problem with the hardcore mode. I could get rid of the poison, but frankly, it's going to be gone of it by itself in a little bit. So. Some reason I thought that had like a delayed explosion thing, so I could like kick it and then get out in time, but I guess not. It's more for ranged weaponry, I guess. A mild case of murder 4. Actually, oh yeah, I've completed all of EO's orders, missions, whatever you want to call them, on my alt now. So that feels good. So I like eel. For some reason I needed to fall asleep there. Like, I just had a complete, like, brain shutting down moment, and I only, like, I was, like, playing on pure subconscious input somehow. Only reason I noticed was because my shoulders began to relax, which meant that I, started to get to feel that I was dropping, which made me wake up. Uh, I should probably go back to sleep after I've streamed this. This is the problem with doing like early morning streams. Like I get up at 5 a.m. to do these streams now. Rather, I start streaming them around 5 a.m. even. So I get up even earlier. But I like them. It's fun. And I seem to be getting more. I actually do seem to be getting more people involved in watching around these hours than when I do it, during what people would argue is sensible hours. So far be it from me to complain. Those two were that. A5. Wait, A5? How? I must have read that wrong. They must have meant F5. Yeah, I probably just read it wrong. Okay, where are they? Yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield's first expansion DLC, Isle of Armor, has a release date now. It's coming out on June 17th, which is the day before I get paid, so I will probably have to hold off on it for a day. That's okay. I'm excited for it. It looks good. I'm even more excited for the second piece of DLC though, like the Crown Tundra. That looks to be exactly what I've always wanted Pokemon's multiplayer to be sort of expanded into, because they're basically doing like co-op raid dungeons with legendary catchable Pokemon as the final boss, and that sounds awesome. Like yes please, that's what I want. No problem, Leia. Should I go back and explore the upper area? Actually, no, it's just a wall, right? I can actually see that it ends there. Yeah. I think there might be some enemies to spawn if I go there, but it probably won't be anything important.
そこの2人アークスであろう。少し手伝ってもらえるか。
その純白の装具はまさか六芒金庫の一レギア
I think the first time they mentioned the Council of Six, right?
いかにも私を知っているのなら話は早いな。
ナベリウスに行っていると聞いていたのですが、どうしてこのような場所に？
よく知っているな。だが私もアークス。本拠の危機とあらば馳せ参じるのは当然であろう。とはいえ優秀なアークス諸君の活躍によって戦況は安定。完全に出遅れてしまったよ。
わかりました。それで手伝ってほしいこととは？
何のことはない。一般市民の避難誘導を手伝ってほしいのだ。自分の工房から離れたくないという典型的なキャストらしい頑固者もいたりするのでな。手を焼いている。二人ともとは言わん。どちらか手を貸してほしい。
それでしたら私が手伝います。実力的にもそれが妥当ですし。
What are your abilities?
あなた様はこのまま進撃しダーカーの撃退をお願いします。
ということだそうだ。昨今の女性は決断が早いな。
さあ急ぎましょう。手分けをすればすぐに終わります。早く。
やれやれ、女性に先導されるとは。私もいよいよ年を実感するな。それでは失礼する。
I'm just going to quickly see if I got some better armor there. I think I might have. Yeah. Oh wow. Fucking spiked shoulder pads. Okay, here we go. Dungeon boss. Okay. Dungeon boss in a bit. No. I'm gonna get rid of that because it's annoying. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's just a Granada. Ah, fuck. That's all the damage it did. We're playing on hardcore, by the way, remember that. I keep getting word that I'm under-leveled, and so the game is just like, nope. Like, yeah, sure, you switched main classes like 5 times already, but you're somehow not underleveled. Yay! Oh no! Some spatial corruption special thingy. Oh, now we're talking. Dark Ragna. Alright, motherfucker. I'm gonna get some screenshots with this asshole. That was a terrible screenshot. God, the motion blur ruins some of these, huh? And yet I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, yeah, I watched a Vocaloid concert earlier today. Miku and Luca performed Living Universe on stage. And that was hilarious because there were so many people online that like the lag got really bad, like way worse than usual in the shopping plaza, which resulted in Miku's hair physics getting confused because like there was a bunch of frame skip and they weren't sure how to account for her movement. So her hair just started like just just spacing out and curling around her body, and just it was amazing. It was hilarious and it was amazing. That went pretty well. What? What? Really? Huh? I thought I did better than that. Persona the Masked.
先日工房に侵入者が入った。だが侵入者は完成品や設計図、データなどには目もくれず、未だ修繕は完璧ではない。形こそ整っているが、それは一目瞭然のはずなのに、なぜわざわざあれを盗んだのか。だがな、少し嫌な予感がするんじゃ。あれを直している時にも感じていた。うごめくような何かの気配が強まっている気がしてな。話がそれてしまったな。とにかくすまなかった。しかしあの破損武器は一体何なのか。侵入者はなぜあれを盗んだのか。わしには何一つわからぬ。ただ不気味じゃよ。
Okay, so here we go.
僕の興味はただ一つ。どうやったらもっと強くなってダーカーを消せるかだけです。教えてください。どうして彼女が死ななければならなかったんですか。どうして彼女だったんですか。彼女は才能はないけど努力して必死に頑張ってきていたのに。ようやく夢を叶えようとしていた。それなのに。すみません。意味のない質問でした。何も考えず、すべてのダーカーを消せば、それで終わりですよね。うん、分かっていました。
それが僕にできる唯一のことで無二のことのはずですから。
Yeah, so she died. I think 2 streams ago, I was like, oh, she has a different outfit in later episodes because I mixed her up with someone else. And I'm not surprised I did, considering how little you actually talk to her before she dies. But yeah, they completely just pull a let's kill the girl so that this boy can be sad and upset and angry.
あのさ、いつもいつもありがとう。今の感謝は普通の感謝だよ。あなたたちが戦ってくれてるから、私たちは平和でいられる。私には感謝することしかできないから、せめてそれぐらいはきちんとしないとね。でも平和って何なんだろうって私時々思うんだ。私や町の人は平和に過ごしてるけど、アークスのみんなは戦って傷ついて平和と無縁の場所にいる。何を平和って言うんだろう。どうしたら全部が平和になるんだろう。思い出せない。わからない。平和ってどういうことなんだろう。また変なこと言ってるね、私。わかってるよ。わかってる。あなたがいる。大丈夫だってわかってる。
新たなマターボードが生まれた。子は事実と真実の端境期にありし者。私たちは信じる。あなたの成就と結末を。あなたはどうかあなたを信じてほしい。あなたの成したこととなすべきことを。
You forgot to Megami did like ASMR podcasts, I would just spend the rest of my life just listening to that on loop and never leaving bed. Just saying.
報告があります。先日調査していただいたナベリウスの地質などについてですが、分析するほど異常さが見えてきます。まずあの惑星は森林部の地質が基礎となっています。凍土は後に生まれた地形です。しかし凍土が生まれた原因、普通なら隕石落下や異常気象などですが、その痕跡が見当たらないのです。さらに凍土の中でもデータのばらつきがあり、パラメータが取得できていない場所もありました。まるでジャミングでもされているかのように。もはやこれは推論ではありません。あの惑星は何かがおかしいです。ナベリウス、未開の原始惑星と私たちは聞かされてきました。しかしこれは、このデータは。私は今度許可を得て直接調査に行こうと思っています。危険なのは100も承知で。ただここまでの調査結果を他ならないあなただけにはお伝えしておきたくて。
The character's very invested in hearing about this soil sample.
また会いましょう。
Of course, the missing scholar.
おい、聞いたか 聞いたか？なんかナベリウスで行方不明になっちゃったやつがいるらしいぜ。なんでも調査したいからってご利用しして許可をもらったんだと。アークスでもないのに無茶すっから。どうせ調査に夢中になるあまり無茶とかしちゃったんだろうな。
What is his... What does the text on his torso say? Gag? Is that what it's supposed to be? It's hard to say because it's a fake alphabet, but yeah, I'm going to guess it's gag.
捜索はしてるみたいだけど、まあ正直厳しいだろ。アークスじゃなくてただの学者だぜ。一体何を調べてたんだかね。
Oh yay, Sarah! That's been a while.
あなた、ここで何をしているの？
I don't know. I just appeared here.
探し物？それとも探し人かしら？ま、どっちでも私には関係ないし、どうでもいい。
I love her hair. Like she has the whole thing. It's a really it's a pain to have, especially like if you know anything about wigs, when like the anime hair expects you to like cross the front hair in the opposite way that it should go, like that, and remain. And that's a real pain to have. But it looks really cool because it gives you an X.
変なことを調べていると消されちゃうわよ。あの学者みたいにね。あなたがそうなんだ。なるほどね。そういうわけか。もしあなたが物を探していたなら、それは私にはわからないわ。でもあなたが人を探していたのなら、ビリーパに行きなさい。うまくタイミングがあったのなら、行動の奥で誰かが待ってるかもよ。誰がいるのかって？そんなの自分で調べてきなさいよ。私には関係ない。
Yeah, that is supposed to be her bra. I wasn't sure if like that was just like an odd like tank top or something, but that's clearly her bra. She's wearing like a very visible bra, a tie, and then just some armor on top of it that doesn't even like seem to actually fit her. God, her design is amazing. The tie really just makes it, though, like that's what makes it work. That is what makes it work somehow. Also, they're really just holding out on us before letting us go into the next area, which I believe is the ruins.
お待ちしていました。目的は分かっています。こっちにどうぞ。こちらから連絡を入れたかったのですが、危険だからやめた方がいいと止められてしまいまして。いらっしゃいましたよ、ロジオさん。
あ、よかったまた会えて。
あ、ダメですよ。怪我治ってないんですから。
いたたたた。でもよかった。あなたが無事で。あなたも狙われてるかと思いましたよ。ズバリ言います。アークスは惑星ナベリウスに何かを隠しています。私はそれを探っていると思われ殺されかかった。それがここでこうしている理由です。ただ恥ずかしいことにどうやって助けてもらったかとかは全然覚えてなくて。
少し前に傷だらけのこの人を担いだアークスがやってきたんです。その小さな女の子はただこの人をかくまってやってと。
I sure wonder who that small girl could be. There's so many small girls in this
何が起きている
game.
のか私には分かりませんけど、とっても危ない感じがします。
If only like she could tell me the hair color of the small girl or the outfit of the small girl, maybe I could figure out who it was, but
知られたくないものがあるのなら立ち入り禁止にすればいいのに。でも現に東土やその奥までアークスは立ち入りを許可されている。じゃあ何が引っかかったのか。おそらく問題としていたのは
地質調査のために取得していたパラメーターなんだと思います。糖度の組成分からダーカー因子が検出されたんです。表面ではなく奥深くから。
F factor. He said dark eye, which is false spawn.
これが意味する
Oh,
の
okay.
はダーカーがはるか昔からナベリウスに存在したということなんです。それ自体は驚くべきことではないのかもしれませんが、もう一つ、あの糖度自体ダーカーが生み出したものなのかもしれません。何が起きたのか、何があったのか、私には見当がつきません。でもこの情報に類推する何かがアークスにとっての禁則に触れて、私は狙われたんだと思います。糖度を生み出すようなダーカー、それほどに巨大な存在、何かあったような。すみません、思い出せません。もう少し調べてみます。
Okay, now I have to do ruins to continue that. Let's check out the sub story.
元気ですか？元気そうですね。リサはちょっとくたびれ中ですね。ダーカーが多くて面倒なんですよ。じっくりとお相手してあげたいんですが、数が多いとそうもいかないんですね。増えましたよね、ダーカーが。いっぱい倒せて楽しいですけど、多くて面倒なのは嫌ですね。リサは倒すのは大好きですけど、倒されるのは好きじゃないんですね。一方的にやりたいんですよ。だからダーカーももう少しリサに気を使ってさっさとやられて消えていってほしいですね。嫌いなものはいっぱいありますが、やっぱりダーカーは一番嫌いですね。人間よりもずっと嫌いですよ。安心してくださいね。あなたはどちらかというと好きな方に入りますからね。
She didn't say keep around, she said like, actually. I guess it's funnier if she says that we're on her keep around list, though.
アークス1の情報やパティちゃんです。
Hello, Tia.
ティアです。すっごいアークスって知ってる？何がすごいって？とにかく何もかもがすっごいの。翻訳すると、アークスの中で絶対命令権を持つ6人、六芒金庫のこと。そう、それ！私この前生で見ちゃったっぽいんだよね。なんかもうドカーンズバーンって感じですごかったよ。見たと言っても遠目にだから参考にしないでね。でも図抜けた力は本当みたい。仰々しい名前をつけるだけはあるってことね。どこから見ても普通っぽい小さな女の子だったのにすっごいよね。私も頑張ればあんな風にな
Well, you are a little girl.
絶対無理。
Again, they couldn't tell us the hair color of the little girl or what kind of weapon she used, so don't know. Could be Sarah, could be Mysterious Assassin. I guess those are the ones we actually met that we don't know the full identity of. Did we not do a daily mission? Guess not. Let's get those turned in. Do 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 do. Oh, didn't we have a boot camp done as well? I thought it said. Oh, Sword and Blades boot camp. Okay. I'm not gonna get to Ocean Hills for a while, but I might as well pick it up for now. That one's pretty easy to do as well, so yeah, let's pick that one up. Did we not clear any more of Hans's? I thought we did. Oh, higher level. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Gonna pick up the missing perfect attack boot camps as well, I think. Oops. Okay, cool. Time is it? 7:18. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Sort of considering if we maybe should call it a night. Let's see, Ruins Exploration it's that one. That one can be a bit of a pain. And it will make more sense if we start with the Ruins before we do the story mode in Ruins. I think I'll try maybe doing a stream a bit earlier tomorrow night, before it's morning. That way I can get more done, and I can do that before I go to sleep, or I can just go to sleep earlier. So maybe we can actually get through episode 1 soon. It's actually pretty annoying. I can't do episode 2 content on my main until I clear episode 1. But the story clear is actually locked to account. So since I want the story clears and the boosts you get from them on this character when I'm streaming, but I will get... I'll get that one if I do Ruins now, which means I'll get the daily stuff. Should I? Ah, fuck it. Okay, let's do Ruins and then we call it a night. Okay. Just bring in Echo, Furia, and Aki. Let's go. So, oops, it missed. Get those done with. And let's feed you that. Oh, I finally learned Photon Blast. Nice. Then I can put that on my sub palette. Cool. Okay. Ah. So yeah, these ruins are on the first planet, Nevarius. And I guess we just kind of went here. Like, you would have thought that, like, maybe the scientist dude, Regio, I forget his name, would have like been like, oh, I discovered some old ruins, and that's when they stopped me or something. You can go find them, see if you can figure out what's going on. But no, instead it was just like, guess we're going here now. You're gonna love Seshrader though. Seshrader is a really good boss. Or cool boss, rather. The fight itself is whatever. But the boss design is awesome. We've actually already fought it as a emergency duel, but we have not fought it as a boss yet. Oh wait, how do I switch out my I'm on the wrong subpalette. How do I change subpalette? Shit, I've forgotten how I... No, that's not... There's like... I guess we can just put the thing on there as well. There we go. Cool, our PSC blast is ready. Gonna get a gathering thing going here as well, because that was also a daily mission. fever, and now we can use a harvesting spot as much as we want. Enemies are most often decent about not attacking you while you harvest, but sometimes they are not good about it at all. Taking a pickaxe to this grass and getting grapes from it. Oh, oops. Not enough harvesting stamina. That's okay. Look at my mag. Isn't it awesome? So these little things actually heal you, but only when they're not false spawned. The old fan translation term for the false spawn were darkers, and something that was infected by darkers was just darkened. Which actually makes more sense because the whole Dark Falls thing. Like right now, we don't know Dark Falls is a thing. We just know about there being dark energy going on. So naming them after something just related to dark energy makes sense. Or dark photons, I guess. But naming him after Dark Falls doesn't really make much sense before we have started talking about Dark Falls. Which I believe we'll be doing soon, actually. Hello, Dark Ragna. I already fought you once today. Bye, Dark Ragna. I keep saying Ragna, it's Ragna. God, okay, so we ran some very hard modes today on my main. And we were not ready for that yet. We were not high enough level for that. I ran into Dark Ragna on like, I think it was like level 56 or something. We were like level 42, 45 each. And it just fucked us over so hard. Like I think it literally one hit killed me from full health. At least it comboed me to death in one combo. Because I had full health when we started fighting it and just like instantly just died. I'm very much not trying to waste time right now, because... Oh, hello, Demarmuth. As I was saying, I'm very much not trying to waste time right now, because I'm actually very tired. But I also want to make sure I get the most out of what orders I have. Oh, were we supposed to capture them? I didn't realize there were two different ones. Oh, I hate the capture anyway. Yesterday I talked about how Avoid is the worst emergency code. I take that back. Avoid is the second worst. The worst one is capture. Because capturing is so fucking awful in this game. Especially if you're playing with AI, who will not help you at all. Like, it just does not want to work at all. I hate capture. I had to capture Transmiser today. You know, the big fucking robot that specifically circle strafes you and therefore doesn't follow you, so you can't just lead it into the capture zone. And when it enters the capture zone, it will start circle strafing out of it, even if you're standing inside of it. Of course, the capture takes like 20 seconds or something, and it has to stand inside that circle perfectly. And since, you know, the AI doesn't help you, you have to be both inside the circle to get the enemy in there, and outside the circle to handle the capture. Fucking awful. Even when you play with other people, it's just... it rarely works as intended. Capture is terrible. With that said, I did get something cool today on my main. I got a new weapon camo for gunblades that turns the gunblade into an umbrella. And I really like it because it's like a folded up umbrella when you're using it as a sword. But then when you shoot, it like opens up. And I thought that was really cool. So that's my gunblade camo now on my main. Although I don't really use the gunblade much, so you know. There's that. I'm not gonna do a protection. Like, maybe if it was actually in my path, I would have done it, but, like, no. Fucking insects fossils. Okay, hold on. Which one is which? Okay, the pink one is the fossils. If I pick up fossils, I guess I can return them. Haven't seen any fossils, so they're probably in the opposite direction. Oh, but the actual goal is in the opposite direction as well, so fair enough. Whee! Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Scarlet wins by doing absolutely nothing. Oh, there are the insect samples. Fossils, whatever. They're really insects? I'm not seeing 6 legs on them. How do we know they're insects? Since they're presumptuous of me, to me. Because insects have 6 legs. That's one of the defining features of an insect. What separates it from other bugs. Something a lot of people actually don't seem to know. It's why a lot of people call spiders insects, but they're not. They have 8 legs. That means they're arachnids. That's a very that's a key distinguishing feature. Insects have 6 legs. Arachnids have 8. There are more specific stuff, but those are like the easy way to identify something. Oh wow, the fuck? What was that? Oh fuck, it's Dark Ragna Red. You really don't like me today, Ragna. Hold on. Let me throw my mag at you. Going to sort of head out into the open space here a bit. I get that one in, and there we go. Whew. Well, that went pretty well. Maybe we can actually get to the end of the area this time. Oh yeah, I killed the boss area today, and it was in the cave area, so very hard. And the fucker dropped its crystal in the lava, or the magma, and then had the audacity to have a rare drop. So I had to go into the magma to pick it up, and I died while picking up the rare drop. Alright, it's Gamora! Whew. Is it Gamera that is the turtle? Hey Siri! Hey Siri! What the fuck? Why isn't Siri working? Oh shit, right, factory reset. I haven't actually activated Siri. I haven't activated her automatic thing. Which kaiju is Gamera?
Here's what I found.
Gamera. Not Gamera. Gamera. Sorry. And Gamera is the turtle. Yeah. Cool. I was right. Woo! Awesome. Unique weapons badge. Okie dokie. Let's go turn these in. It was some other ones we got, I think. It might have been EOS. Or not? Guess not. Guess those were written. Yeah. Okay, and then we need to go into... I'm gonna go into nearby characters. I'm just going to pick one at random, Hikari. And I'm going to send them kudos. Kudos! Yay! There we go. And that should be the rest of the daily missions, I think. Indeed it was. Ooh! Level 27. Could do an urgent quest, but I'm not gonna do that today. And that one we should clear that one tomorrow. The rest here is just stuff that we'll be doing over time. What we got here? Alright, gathering achievements. Yep. Is there anything else we can do? We can identify the weapon we got while we're here. Let's make this a lightning weapon. Ah, that's alright. And I'm gonna go to the title counter. See if I got any new titles. Yeah. There we go. So we have 509 SG now, which means that we can actually Like, we can actually buy the wedding dress if we want. I'm kind of tempted to do that. Just because it's pretty. But yeah, I don't know what else you can get for SG, actually. Let me check. Material storage, mission pass, salon pass, weapon transmutation, and sugar tongs. Really? That's the stuff that you can buy? I was hoping it would be like... that you would get like... cosmetic items, but I guess that's only from the fresh finds shop. But yeah, the thing is that, like, I'm guessing this does not bind to account, because at least when it comes to like the gacha stuff, you have to get it twice for it to bind to account. Before that, it just binds to character. So it's like, I'm like, should I really like buy it? Because I don't know if I might want something else more, and if I buy it, I might want to use it on other characters, and then I can't. So I don't know, I'll have to look into that. But yeah, thank you for following along in this little story bit. We will continue on the next stream, which will likely be tonight, tomorrow, tonight, whatever. Time zones are a mess. I don't sleep like normal people do. I'm a vampire. So, bye.